Hello, welcome back. This is Msddah, and I'm here for another interview. This is my friend Nonye Ononogbu. Did I say it well?
Yes, you did.
Yes. Okay. Oh my God. But yes, I wanted to have her on today so she can talk about all the amazing stuff she does. Yes, she's a little shy, so we're gonna take it easy with her. So welcome again, Nonye, and can you please tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay. Like she said, my name is Nonye Ononogbu, and I am second child. I have four siblings. Sorry, we're five. So four siblings, and I'm the only one in Chicago. The rest of them are in Texas, for the most part. And what else? Also, I am a nurse, and I also do real estate, and I juggle a few other things on the side, to keep me busy. But I do enjoy it just because, like I said, it keeps me busy. And then also, I enjoy doing different things. So it's not just boring and predictable. And it keeps me motivated too when I do different things. But what I've been trying to do recently is kind of make one thing major,
Okay.
and then have the other things as just on the side. But
And what would be major?
I think the real estate would be major, and then if I was
Okay.
going to do anything else, it would just be as needed.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So my next question is, what three words would you most like people to use to describe you?
I would say honest. I want to be known as someone who's honest. Someone with integrity too. That's definitely up there, and someone who what's the third word I could use? Who loves God, and is courageous, because you're afraid, but you still do things even though you're afraid.
Definitely.
So not letting fear keep you back.
That sounds.
Something, yeah.
Yep. I couldn't have thought of three better words to describe you. But one thing I'm actually going to add to that, I think of Nonye as like a librarian for like ideas and resources. Like she's like this person that you go to and then she will just help you figure stuff out. Like if you're looking for that right Bible passage or a book or something, like she's just like a wealth of information.
Well, that's because I know where to find stuff. So yeah.
Because you have a lot of stuff like you've read, experienced, stuff like that. Yeah, like I said, she's sort of shy and she doesn't want to take credit for it. So let's just take it easy with her. But believe what I'm saying too, okay?
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So my next question is, who inspires you and why?
That's a hard question because I do draw from a lot of people. So a few people right now, I would say I would go from John Maxwell to there's this guy Dale Partridge. He started Sevenly a couple years ago.
Okay.
And now he does his own. He's on his own. So Dale Partridge is one person. Also Bobby Houston from Hillsong Church. Christine Kane, also from Hillsong Church. Maybe because she's tiny like me, and yeah, so that's also like an inspiration. So it's like, okay, I see someone who's small like me.
Aww. I didn't even know she was tiny. But okay.
And then who else would I say? I also like seeing people who come from nothing, and just through hard work, grit, determination, succeed. So those are kind of people that I love to read their stories and just see how they persevered through life. and where they are right now. So those
So
are
that
the
would
things that
so that would be the why, because of where they came from and where they are right now, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Sounds
Definitely.
good. Sounds good. So next, what motivated you to pursue a career in nursing when you did, and also now into real estate? Like,
Okay. For me, honestly, my life, I've been trying to figure out what I want to do, who I want to be. It's just been like from just doing one thing and then it's like, okay, that's really not me. Or doing things because, oh, Nonye, maybe you should do this, and then I go ahead and do it. And then in the midst of it, well, and for me, that was really nursing. Nursing was one of those things where it was like, oh, you should do it. And I did it. And actually, I did enjoy, and I still do enjoy working as a nurse, but I see so many limitations to what I want to do, where it's like, I don't want to work as a nurse for the rest of my life. Like, I don't mind volunteering as a nurse, but I don't want it to be my primary source of income or whatever. But I do, I mean, I do enjoy nursing. So honestly, that was what pulled me into it. It wasn't necessarily, oh, I have this passion for sick people and I want to be the next Florence Nightingale. It wasn't any of that. Just being honest. But when I went on clinicals, I was like, oh, this is really nice. Like the things you're doing. And I mean, one of the things I really loved about nursing school was doing OB, which was when babies are born, just being with the mothers. And I don't know why, but I really, really enjoyed that part of nursing. And I tried to get a job there initially and didn't work out, but that's okay. So I actually did enjoy it. And I think nursing school for me was where I started discovering who I am. Because that was my second degree. My first degree was actually in computer science.
Oh,
and
I know that.
Yeah, and so I've done a lot.
And now real estate.
Well, okay, so I've always, and some of these things I don't even know where the idea comes from, or like I can't say I've always wanted to do this all my life, but eventually there's certain things where every now and then I'm thinking to myself, oh, I want to own property. Oh, I want to do this. I want to do that. And I went from a point of, okay, I want to do this to let's start doing it.
Okay.
So it's not just this plan I have in my mind where, okay, one day I want to. It's like, how do I get there? And so me diving into it is also number one to help myself get to where I want to get to. And then also, and then learning the market, learning the different lingo, learning different things so that I know what's going on and no one rips me off or things like that.
That's understandable.
Right now, I'm an agent. I help people buy, sell, but long term, I may not be doing that as much. I may just be managing my own property. I may be doing that on the side and things like that too. So that was what made me go into it.
So what I basically understand from hearing you is you were just trying to learn more about the trade for your betterment and also for people around you.
Right.
Maybe whenever the time comes, which I know it will come soon, where you are owning and managing your own properties. That actually makes so much sense.
Yes.
And I didn't know that until now. So we are all learning right now. But that's a very, very good idea. I don't really know if a lot of people go into it because of that very reason.
Actually, some do to save money. Because, for example, if you're selling your property, then you don't have to pay someone to sell it for you.
Gotcha.
So some people just do it like that just to save a little bit of money. But I mean, I also, also being a nurse, it's a service that we render to people.
Right.
So I don't mind helping people get better, and then so
that makes sense. And that sounds very, very good. So my next question is, could you tell us a little bit about why you enjoy being an entrepreneur?
So I love the flexibility of it. The fact that you can be in Chicago and work on something in Dallas,
Mm-hmm.
or you're in Dallas and you're working on something in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the beauty of technology,
Mm-hmm.
where you don't physically have to be somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
and you're still earning money, and you don't have to go into a physical office, but you're still able to make a living. You can be on vacation and making money. I remember there was a deal I did last year, and I had to be out of town for 2 weeks. So pretty much everything in those 2 weeks, I was doing it remotely.
Wow.
It was crazy. I had to maneuver a couple hoops,
Mm-hmm.
but if I had to go into work as a nurse, I couldn't have taken those 2 weeks off.
Couldn't have done that.
Yes,
so a lot of flexibility,
yes,
and freedom.
yes, right.
Sweet.
Yes.
That sounds great. And I know a lot of us would love that in our current positions or whatever it is we're doing, like just to have more flexibility.
Yeah.
So,
And the thing is like, it's not like you're not working.
Mm-hmm.
You're still working.
Of course.
Everyone's, you're still hands-on. You gotta focus. You gotta do the right thing, but you're not confined to, I can only do my job in this space.
Or within a certain amount of hours within the day.
Right.
That makes sense. So the next question is there anything you would like to share with the audience regarding following their passion or dreams?
What I would say is follow it. Like, just go. Like, I've tried so many things in my life and I've failed. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you and be like, oh, I get it right all the time. I've lost money. But if I didn't do it, then I wouldn't have known I wasn't supposed to do it.
Exactly.
Because, like you said, I have all these ideas, and it's like finding the right one.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I'm sleeping and I'm thinking, oh, this is nice. Someone shared something with me. I'm like thinking about how I could make money off of that thing. And it's like, should I go in that direction or should I just chill and stay where I am? So I have tried a lot of things and failed, but okay, so there's this illustration where, and I'm going to go to the Bible.
Okay.
So in the book of Joshua,
Mm-hmm.
God told the Israelites that they were going to cross the Jordan. And so what he told Joshua was, take the priests and let them go and step into the Jordan.
Okay.
The water was not going to part until they stepped in.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes you have to put your foot in
Yeah.
for something to happen. And if you don't, the water would never part. But if you just take that first step and get there, and it works, and then you're like, oh my gosh, it worked. And everyone's looking at you like, oh my gosh, you just did something awesome. But it's like you just took that step of faith.
Right.
And so for a lot of us, we're waiting for God to like show us the way and just make everything fair and beautiful. But he's just telling you, hey, trust me, I got you. Like, just take that first step.
Mm-hmm.
So what I would say is, whatever it is, just try it. If it doesn't work out, you tried. You don't live with what ifs. You've done it. It didn't work. That's fine. Cut yourself some slack and keep going. I think Thomas Edison, who invented electricity,
Mm-hmm.
I think he failed like so many times.
Yeah, I read about that too.
I can't even remember.
I think it was a lot of numbers.
Yes.
Maybe wasn't
Like
it
over
hundreds or
1,000
thousands?
Yeah. And then one time he got it, and now he's a genius. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I was watching this interview. I don't know the lady's name. I missed her name, but she makes the buns for McDonald's. So imagine how many buns they make.
Wow.
She said it took her 4 years to get that deal. And she just kept asking and asking and asking and asking and asking. I think she said she heard 34 no's.
Wow.
Till eventually they were like, go ahead. And then now she's this. So it's like, what if she gave up after 20 tries? Like,
or even after the second, which is
right. Or like the 30th. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, she just kept going because she was like, I knew it was for me. I knew I could do it. So
Wow.
I'm just going to keep going. And when I watched that, I was like, whoa, I would have given up. Like,
Yeah. When I read stuff like that, I definitely think that, like, how do people keep doing it for the 30-something or 100 and something time? That's why I said second time. Because sometimes people will just go like, oh, I'm just going to do it once, you know? And I don't even know why that is. Is it ego? Is it pride? Is it just failure or not dealing with failure well? That just makes people just want to give up.
And also because, you know, other people are looking at you and you're like, you know, feeling like, oh, they're going to look at me as a failure, instead of knowing that every failure is a success.
Right.
Every failure is a little success, a little success, a little success. This lady, I listened to something she did over the weekend, and she said her husband, the first time he wanted to take her out, she said no. But she said today, if you ask him, he'll tell you that he won that conversation. Like, he's an introvert. He doesn't, you know, he's not like loud. She's the, you know, the talker. But somehow he was able to win her over. Wow. So sometimes, you know, your first no is not, it's, you know, just try again. And if you try, and it's not for you, it's not for you. But then you don't want to miss out what's for you if you don't try. So what I would say is, you're going to be afraid. Fear is normal. If you go talk to Madonna, who's performed like so many times, I don't think she would tell you that she's never afraid. Yeah. Like, sometimes you just have to know, hey, I'm afraid, but I'm going to do this. Yeah. And then you try it. I mean, we get up in the morning to go to work. It's not easy, but we still do it too. And that's another thing. Sometimes stuff isn't easy, and I'm like, you know what, I don't want to deal with that. But if you don't do what's hard, like, you never actually get anywhere. Look at a baby who's trying to walk. Yeah. Like, it's difficult, but they want to walk. They fall, but they still get up. They fall, they still get up. So it's not being, dealing with fear, knowing that it's normal and it happens to everyone. And then also, what's the other thing I said? I said it's not easy. It's definitely not easy. Sometimes you have to say no to so many things that you would rather say yes to. Mm-hmm. There was this quote I heard. Someone said, every no is a bigger yes. Because you're saying no to one thing, you can say yes to something else. I'm saying no to this TV show so that I can watch an interview or a TED Talk, or I can read a book. Right. So it's like, if I don't say no to this, I don't have time for this, because we only have 24 hours in a day, right? True,
which doesn't seem long enough sometimes.
So saying no to a lot of things, say no to people, events that you may want to go to, but then you weigh your options and you're like, okay, if I go to this thing, I'm going to be out till midnight, and I have to be up at 6 to go do something else. And so you just weigh your options. Okay, maybe I'll go and leave early, or I'm not just going to go because I need to prep for tomorrow.
That makes sense.
And I mean, not everyone's going to be happy with you, but you can't please everyone. Even when you go, sometimes they're not happy with you anyway. True. So you just pick your battles and keep moving. So
yeah, especially as it relates to time management, because I think that's one of the most. If you have to think of the top 3 things that's important, as regarding being your own person, time management is a big one. Like, it's just easy to like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, or party and keep pushing things that are important back. So time management is definitely key. Yes. Thanks for sharing those. And finally, what are your plans for the future? Like, what should we be, expecting that you'll be doing? Because she has all these ideas. Or what do you, just want to do right now, focus on, or, just sort of be better at?
I think I would say right now it's the real estate. Like, just making sure that kicks off, that gets better, that gets stronger. Because I want to be in it for a long time. And so a lot of things have had to, be put in the back burner just so that this one can take off. And then once that's settled, where maybe I could even delegate a few things, then maybe focus on something else. Okay. And also, I don't know why I just remembered this, but one of my goals is to actually homeschool my kids whenever I have kids. So doing this also gives me that flexibility. So it's a long-term goal. And I don't plan to go back to school. I hope I never have to go back to school. I do not like organized education. I can learn, but if you put me in school and tell me to write papers, that's where you lose me. So I hope I never have to go back to school. But it's just learning, getting better, getting more confident in what I do. And I mean, confidence, I have so many quotes. I don't even know why I'm remembering all these. So the more you put yourself out there in uncomfortable situations, the more you get better at uncomfortable situations. There was this thing I heard, and I was like, okay, I need to get comfortable being uncomfortable. Like, I'm not comfortable in certain situations, but hey, I need to get over that and just be comfortable being uncomfortable till, like faking it till you make it. Right. Because with real estate, I get to work with a wide range of people, and it's actually been enjoyable just meeting different people. Like, oh, this is how this person talks, or this is what they mean when they say this, and so just the flexibility of that. So just growing in that space, becoming a better me, a better friend, a better everything. And so hopefully all these little things will lead up to where I'm supposed to be in the future.
Amen. So do you anticipate like any trainings or?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, for the real estate industry,
you don't want to go back to school.
Oh no, for the real estate industry, you have to learn anyways. Like, I think every 2 years we have to do 30 hours of continuing education. So it's something I cannot even escape.
I didn't even know that.
So that's why I said I don't want formal education, but I would still have to learn, and then maybe pick up a couple certifications along the way with that. But
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
but
awesome.
Nothing in nursing though.
Nothing in nursing.
Because that's a lot of school and I'm not ready for that. But at least just being good at my job.
Right.
Yeah, so just focusing on what I do right now, but not looking to expand that more.
That makes sense. Right. That makes sense. Just owning in on those skills and experience, because this is a new territory for you too, right? Well, thank you so much for honoring us and coming here today.
Thanks for having me.
It's really been a pleasure. And we are out, right?
Yes.
Until next time. Well, peace.